Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. In Hebrews 13:5, Paul instructs the believers with these words: "Be satisfied with what you have, for God has said, I will never fail you and I will never abandon you." You know, in these difficult economic and cultural times when things are not like they used to be, it's easy for us to start focusing on what we don't have anymore. It's easy for discontent and fear and even anger to seep into our spirit, souring our attitude and robbing us of our joy. The people that Paul was writing this verse to had seen better days in their life. They had known prosperity and freedom, but now, because of the stance they had taken for Christ, times were tough and persecution was a daily occurrence. Things certainly weren't the way they once were for them. And so in the midst of their trials and their difficulties, Paul reminds them to be satisfied with what they have and where they're at, because God sees it all and He will never let them down. I don't know where you're at right now. I know that my life is definitely not the same as it was 3 years ago or even a year ago. Things have changed in my life, and not for the better, to be honest, but if I'm not careful, it would be easy for me to look back on easier, happier, more comfortable times in my life and feel a sense of discontent and disappointment and maybe even anger at God. But this Thanksgiving, I'm choosing contentment. And the reason I can choose contentment despite my current situation is because Jesus promised that He would not fail me. Times and seasons change. There are cycles of plenty and cycles of leanness in our lives, but the one constant is Jesus. And for that reason, we can be content. So as you sit down at the Thanksgiving table, be thankful that you serve a Savior that is faithful, that knows your current and your future needs, and has promised to never fail you. This Thanksgiving, rest and be content, because Jesus has got you. Well, I wish you and your entire family a very happy Thanksgiving. And I encourage you to join us this Sunday as we begin our brand new Christmas series called Miracle on Your Street. Because I believe that in this season of miracles, that God is going to do miracles in our services and miracles for people. And so that's what we're going for this Christmas season. So do you know someone that needs a miracle? Bring them to the service.